Coach, your initial thoughts on today's victory over Grand Valley State University and your second straight GLIAC championship outright?
Well, I'll talk about the second part first. To win a GLIAC championship outright, when everybody talks about how great this league is, it's just amazing. Undefeated 2 years in a row in GLIAC play. So very proud of the young men that I coach. So resilient. Our guys are just like unbelievably determined to just play at their best, and so I'm just extraordinarily pleased by that. And then the first part, beating Grand Valley. I just think they played really well. I think they were very tough. Everybody's going to say, well, you were 1 for 5 in red zone scores and things like that, missed 2 field goals. Those things aren't perfect, but, they came in with a team that, was a pretty youthful team, and they've done, to me, it's the best coaching job they've done there. So kudos to them, but proud of our guys. I don't think when we approach this game, I don't think we really think about it being Grand Valley. We just knew it was a GLIAC championship. We knew we wanted to win it by ourselves outright, and we knew that it was really important for regional rankings. And so just relieved and proud of these guys and some of the other guys. Just so proud of this team and how determined they are to, just bring it every day.
Coach, your defense has only allowed 1 touchdown in the last 2 games, and they had 2 interceptions and a forced fumble today. Can you just speak on how great they've been all season long?
Boy, they've just been the key. He's the middle of it. He's probably the best, and when I'm saying he, I'm talking about Omari, but he's probably the best, vocal leader we got on the defensive side of the ball, and it's just a blessing to have him. He grinded it out. He signed here and ended up leaving to go to Scottsdale Community College and play, and then as soon as he got his associates, he came back here, and I'm just really proud of him and all the guys to just be so committed to themselves and never giving in, never giving up, never giving in, and still making the best of every circumstance.
Omari, it always seemed like the defense had an answer today for Grand Valley. Kind of describe the energy level out there.
So the energy level for the defense, pretty much every play that we have to step onto the field, we all yell, we all scream at each other just to show each other that, we're still in the game. There's still a lot to be played, so we just have to try to keep the energy up every time.
Travis, you're a senior here and had a big game today. That last kneel on the game, when you took that knee, what were you feeling, and what did that mean to you?
Just really happy that we got a win. Just thinking about that last possession, the last run that it took for us to get the first down, just embodies like our class, our 5 years here. We've just grinded, made no excuses, done a lot of things at the time we didn't want to do, made a lot of sacrifices, to put ourselves in this opportunity and to be able to celebrate that, with our coaches and with that senior class and really our whole team. It's as good as I've felt in a long, long time.
Travis, to be able, in what's probably your last game against Grand Valley, to be able to start and play so well and lead the team to victory, what is that like for you?
It's just kind of ironic being a kid that grew up 10 minutes away, and if my dad and I didn't hop in his truck to South Bend on Saturdays, we'd hop over to Allendale and watch them play, and to just be here and play for Coach Anise, be on a team in red, to be able to play against them, it's just ironic, and it's just awesome to be able to just strap it up with the guys I wanted to play with. That's the reason I came back. Everything about why I wanted to come back was because the way we played today. There's nobody else in the world I want to play with than the Ferris State Bulldogs.
And Coach, the decision to go with Travis today, I know J. Rue was banged up. Why was he the right guy today?
Well, he's the right guy every day, in every circumstance. There's never been a circumstance where I haven't found him to be the right guy. So I love him dearly. And he's, he's the right guy to say, hey, I've already graduated, but I'm gonna sign up to come back to Ferris when he could have been a graduate transfer and played anywhere. he had the opportunity to play a lot of different places, and he said to me, "Coach, I just can't leave my guys, and I'm coming." Now this is playing behind the returning Harlan Hill Trophy winner, and he obviously knows the circumstances, the realization that Jay Rue was here, but yet he still chose to come back. And so, to me, I believe in the football gods, and the football gods are shining down on him because of just how high of a character person he is. As far as Jay Rue goes, he just wasn't ready. He's got an ankle injury. He sustained it here at Saginaw Valley 2 weeks ago. We thought it would be progressing faster, but it is not progressing as fast as we had hoped, and so it's Travis Russell's turn, and I looked at him before the game, and Jay Rue was out there warming up, and to Travis, I looked at him square in the eye, said, "I'm starting Jay Rue today," just to see how he'd react. And then he looked at me, and I'm like, "I'm just teasing you, you're the guy." So, and he just laughed. But
Coach, with another undefeated season and now a first-round bye heading into the playoffs, how do you plan to keep building momentum and get guys healthy with extra week off?
Well, you guys are saying a lot of things that aren't always definitive. So we don't know if we'll get a first-round bye. We don't know if that club that we just played is going to be in or out of the playoffs. So, God knows we could roll in and play them again. So, we're not dismissing them as dead. So you just never know, and we're just going to take the bye week, see what happens, and then we've always had the attitude: they'll tell us where to go, or they'll tell us who we're playing, and we'll just be ready when they tell us.
That said, can you reiterate your message?
Well, my gosh, that's one, literally, I think it's 300, I'm just aging myself here, but it's 370 games I coached. And that's one of my top all-time games. Not because it's Grand Valley, but because I'm telling you, I've been stressed to try to be undefeated and win this GLIAC championship outright. I've been so stressed about it. I was stressed going up to Tech. And so, it's just, we lost some great coaches last year. Ryan Brady took a couple guys to Saginaw. We lost Steve Kasula to Michigan. We lost great coaches. And so I got some new coaches. And then for them to come in here and for us to piece it together and be undefeated again in a regular season, it's just miracle work. It really is. It's miracle work.
Coach, you always get people saying, "Oh, Jay Rue's out. What are you going to do?" But with the last 2 games with Travis coming up big, what kind of message do you think that sends to other teams? That it doesn't matter if we have Jay Rue or not.
Well, you're the one that always says that. No, I'm just teasing. I think people have kind of come to the conclusion that we rolled out, started 3 different quarterbacks. I don't know who started the most. I know, Jay Rue's had a few, Travis had a few, Evan had a couple, and we're 10-0. So I think it says more about their level of preparation and practice to be able to do those kind of things. I don't think a lot of people do that, and I'm not patting the coaching staff on the back, even though the coaching staff's been miraculous. But I'm patting, the rest of the team. The O-line says, "Oh, Travis is a quarterback. Oh, Evan's a quarterback. Oh, Jay Rue's a quarterback." That might be a little bit disconcerting at times. It doesn't stop us at all. It just, we keep on rolling out there and playing for the guy that's out there.
Coach, you outscored them 14-0 in the third quarter. What'd you see at halftime that you felt like you could exploit?
Nothing. It truthfully is. It's almost like, all right, this has happened the last 3 years we played them. They're ahead at halftime. We'll come back out and make some plays in the third quarter and be out ahead. And we drove the field. We had 525 yards of offense. That's by far the most their defense has given up. We had 80 plays. We did a lot of things well statistically. We just had some breakdowns, and it was pretty much a sinking feeling when, their Mike linebacker took it, 90 yards for a touchdown. But then you see how our team is. We answered right away, and you know, I told Travis, I said, let's take a shot with X, and if it's not open, you know, or if it's the wrong coverage, look at me. And he looked at me because it was the wrong coverage, and I went, you know, I didn't know what to call, and he just put it up there for Xavier Wade, and Xavier had a great game, and you know, 5 catches, 102 yards. We don't have an outside receiver that's playing for us right now that's older than a sophomore. So our sophomores and freshman receivers, I mean, there's a bright future. So somebody may want to sign up to try to come play quarterback here. So.
Maury, I could be wrong about this, but when you sat down, I saw you looking at the stat sheet, and you said, wow. I just wanted to see I just want to know, was there something there that stood out to you that you were like, wow, we did something right today, or something like that? Just
so we have this thing on the defense called the chain gang, right? It's all the defensive backs. And just to look on here and just see how the defensive back, how they played is just like ridiculous. Like, it was so many, everybody contributed. That's one thing about our defense. Like, nobody kind of sticks out. Everybody contributes. In order for me to have the tackles that I had, it comes down to the D-line. And it comes down to other people locking up their receivers, and for me to, you know, come down and make that play.
Coach, you touched on it a little bit, but what's the difference in the locker room at 9-7 as opposed to 9-0?
Probably a lot. That's a great question. Probably a lot. You know, 9-0 probably shakes us a little bit more. You know, that score right before half, I thought was, I walked in there and really said, it's 9-7, it's tied. Truthfully, because whoever wins the second half is going to win the game, you know, and so that was my attitude. So, yeah, that was a huge score right before half, a huge score, and you know, nothing came easy for anybody. You know, I mean, they were 10 for 26 with 2 picks, and you know, we threw for 14 for 31. So nobody even efficiently threw for over 50% because, you know, both defenses were the best units on the field, truthfully.